Introducing the all-new Corolla. The Mayor's Council of Guam met and passed the resolution yesterday supporting Congresswoman Madeline Berdalio's H.R. 4402, which allows the Navy to set up a surface danger zone over the Ritidian Wildlife Refuge. However, the validity of their meeting and the resolution they passed has been called into question because it was all done while in executive session.
Do you think it was in violation of the open government law?
Well, the executive session, they can call at any time. I mean, they just, we didn't even take minutes. They just discussed it back and forth. And after that, after Jikpo left, the mayors again had another 30, 40 minutes of just themselves talking with one another and explaining to each other their opinions, their decisions, what they thought about it, and things like that.
But there are absolutely no minutes of the meeting that took place. Guam law also prohibits voting on anything while in executive session, but Sablan claims that the vote was not done while in executive session.
So you're saying that the actual voting was not done in executive session, is that correct?
No, because just before they did that, I made that advisement to them.
But the door was still closed and the sign on it still said executive session.
Yeah, well, we didn't take off the sign. Usually we still have our doors closed even though we have a regular meeting. Yeah, that was our only mistake.
PNC reviewed our videotapes and the doors were indeed closed with the executive session sign on it while the mayors were voting.
Well, the sign should have come down. Well, like I said, my advice to them was if there's a challenge because of the open government law, then they would have to do this thing all over again in a regular meeting. Okay. Their vote and their action.
There could in fact be a challenge to the entire meeting by the newly created Freedom of Information Act or FOIA Commission. Jeff Marshall is the chairman of the Subcommittee on Complaints.
I'm concerned just like anyone else is in government, and our committee is concerned, the advisory council as well as the complaints subcommittee.
However, Marshall says that their committee has not received an official complaint yet, so there wasn't much they could do at this point. After this interview, PNC filed an official complaint with the FOIA committee on the meeting that the mayors held in executive session. PNC is of the belief that the executive session which prevented our access to the meeting was in violation of the open government law. In essence, the open government law states that you can hold an executive session if it is dealing with a personnel matter or if it is dealing with litigation in which there is written recommendation of their attorney and a verbatim transcript must be taken of the discussions. This meeting had nothing to do with personnel matters or litigation, and there was no attorney present. There were no minutes taken, and the resolution they passed is also in question, as the law explicitly states that under no circumstances shall a public agency vote on any matter before it during an executive or closed meeting. All voting must be held in a public meeting, and minutes shall be kept and open to the public.